It's Tuesday, which means it's time for us to talk about what is opening this week, brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. One of the films coming out in limited release this week is one that's getting a little bit of Oscar buzz. Which one is that, Ashley?
It's Jackie. A grieving Jacqueline Kennedy, Natalie Portman, examines her husband's, John Carroll Lynch's legacy as the nation mourns his death.
Yeah, this is one that, first of all, we've been hearing about for a very long time. Natalie Portman, first, the role of Jacqueline Onassis in this is something you think, oh, that would be a juicy one that actresses would be lining up to get, and they were lining up to get it, and Portman ended up nailing it. So she got it. We've been looking forward to it. The first couple of trailers came out, and we were all just kind of frozen by it. It's like, wow. Like, so the Oscar buzz started for at least Natalie Portman on that right away. This is one I have not seen it yet. One or two people at this table have. I haven't seen it yet. I'm really very much looking forward to it. Christian, I think you did see it.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
This is an absolute masterful performance by Natalie Portman. She will be nominated, and it's a good chance she will win.
Really?
Yeah. It is. Now, if you know anything about Jackie Kennedy, Jackie Onassis, you will. Her voice was so specific, very tough to try to do without sounding like an imitation. You close your eyes and she sounds just like her. You watch her, she becomes her in a way that it's not just an impression. However, the movie to me was just okay. I think that the movie really focused on her. It's such a powerful performance, and she sucks you in. I thought Peter Sarsgaard was completely miscast as Bobby Kennedy. He doesn't sound like him, doesn't even try. It reminded me of Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, to where it's just like, try an English accent. No. So it's just like, it's the same thing. But she is, if you want to go and you want to catch up on all the Oscar movies, and you want to see, yourself, I want to know who's in the race. Watch it for that, because this is some of Natalie Portman's best work. The movie was just okay.
Would you say her performance in this or her performance in Black Swan was better?
Ooh, man. Black Swan, it's such a different role, obviously. The darkness it should go. But Aronofsky actually did produce this film. I'm going to go ahead and say this one. Because
wow. High praise.
Here's why. I mean, because I love Black Swan, and she had to do a lot more in that. But I think that it is hard to do an iconic role like this, because you're going to be like, that's not... Look at what I just said about Peter Sarsgaard as Bobby Kennedy. Didn't buy it, didn't believe it, and he took me out of the movie sometimes. But she didn't, and she's the lead. She's the one that's taking me through this. Her interviews with Billy Crudup throughout the whole thing, and her telling me the stories about everything that was going on, the introduction of Camelot and phrasing Camelot and doing all these things. I bought it. I believed that I was listening to Jackie Kennedy. So, yeah, slight edge, but I could tomorrow say Black Swan.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, you've been looking forward to this?
I have been looking forward to this, yeah. And has she made a movie since Black Swan? Or is she like Daniel Day-Lewis?
She
makes
Jane
a
Got
movie
a Gun,
every
which
7
came out
years.
like
in
any one of 5 years it had a release date.
Right. But you do bring up a good point where, I mean, in an impersonation, an imitation, if you're going to play an actual historical character or a person, it always sounds like an imitation. I remember Heroes season, I think it was 2 or 3. They go back to seeing all the older people like Mr. Linderman and whatnot, and they're young. And I remember, I'm like, this guy is a Malcolm McDowell impersonation. That's all he is, and it completely killed me on the entire concept of the whole thing. And so that's what I think of whenever anyone's doing somewhere. It's like, oh, they have mannerisms, they have a different voice, they have this, that, they have that.
Right.
I'm like, let's see an impersonation. If it's not, that's freaking me out. I really want to see it. I feel like this weekend is the universe going, hey, Jeremy, all those movies, all the big blockbusters, they're gone now. Get your head out of the clouds. You're going to have to be down here with the rest of us Oscar folks. So here I go.
Mark.
I can't stand when actors do impressions of famous people, and as Bobby Kennedy, I will change that. I am so excited for this movie because I am steeped in JFK lore. I have a lot of theories about it. And I think that Jackie is one of those characters where, as a framing device to tell the story, not necessarily the conspiracy, if you want to believe that, I do, to all these other things that were going on around Kennedy and his presidency and his death, but actually just exploring the human side of having somebody be right next to their husband, not the president, not this guy, not this thing that we heard about that happened in 1963. That's her husband getting assassinated right in front of her, and the effect that has on you, plus all the pressures of a nation mourning and looking to you as the widow of this human being. It seems like a great Oscar material, but the framing device that Pablo Larraín uses to tell this story is something I'm really intrigued by, is that it's her giving an interview and recounting all these things that have happened in her life. I am fascinated by this movie. I cannot wait to check it out.